your mind while we laugh and play. Here comes DJ Boo, Shaheem, and our Debbie. Yes, we're on our way to brighten up your day. Here we go. Here we go, here we go. From the shore to here we go, here we go. From the shore to Memoir Show. Here we go. Here we go, here we go, here we go. From the shore to here we go. Be more. Asbury Park, New York. You know we got y'all. Here we go, here we go, here we go, y'all. Here we go, here we go, here we go, y'all. Here we go, here we go, here we go, y'all.
What's up, everybody? Yeah, I guess I was a little bit. Welcome back to another episode of From the Shore to Be More. I, of course, am one of your hosts, the one, the only, Shaheem. Let's go.
Oh, well, I'm so happy to see you this morning, Shaheem. And I'm happy to see you too, Boom. I'm looking forward to our guest. I am a host as well, Deborah Singletary, a.k.a. Aunt Debbie.
Right. With the Arsenio Hall. Whoop, whoop. And of course, you know you got the one and only, the official DJ Boom here in the building, making it do what it do each and every Sunday. Right along with these two. Let's have a good time today. What's going on, everybody?
Yes, he is. And yes, of course, we are the treacherous three of the tri-state area and the DMV. Let's go. And I'm so excited today, everybody. We have a great topic for you guys today. And we also have a very, very special guest who I will bring it in just a little bit. Our topic today is going to be Every Life, a Memoir, everybody. And our special guest today is going to be author Cyvonne Thomas, ladies and gentlemen. So we are looking so forward to that conversation, aren't we, guys?
I'm here for it.
That's right. And we're going to tell you all about her book, and she's going to tell you all about her book. But before we get into all of that, I have to mention last week's show, of course, was with another great conversation, everyone. Last week's show was the nature of friendship. That was a really great show. Really great topic, really great episode, great conversation. If you missed it, I have to remind you, you can go back and catch it on our YouTube channel or catch it on Facebook. Hi to all our Facebook friends. Wow, the numbers keep growing. I'm loving it so much. And if you go to YouTube, don't forget to subscribe. And please, tell a friend. This is our show, not just our show. It's your show too, right, guys?
Absolutely. That's what we're trying to make it be. You know what I mean? We need y'all participation. We need y'all to step up. Tell us about your movies. Tell us about the birthdays. Tell us about how y'all making it do what it do each and every Sunday and each and every day out there. Come on, y'all. Let's talk to them.
I like that. Oh, somebody's excited. I'm pumped too, everybody. And just to remind you, you can listen to us while you're driving to work or coming from work or just dropping the kids off, everybody, on all streaming platforms. So check us out, everybody. Also, I just wanted to say thank you to my co-star here, my son Junior, who is our engineer extraordinaire today, everybody. So, hi, Junior.
Hi, Ty. Thank you for being here with us.
Yeah, you're welcome.
He says you're welcome. My son is a little quieter than I am, but also, yeah. He wants everybody out there to know, though, that if you're interested in talking about gaming or anime, you hear me? You can catch him, everybody, on his own YouTube channel, and that would be Otako Everything at Anime Cannibal, everybody. And again, that's on YouTube. So again, if you want to talk about gaming or anime, make sure you check out our engineer extraordinaire, Ty Jr. on Otako Everything. Right, Junior?
Yes.
Yep.
All right, let's go. Also, I got to remind everybody that nothing, absolutely nothing in life is free, and neither is this show.
No.
Go ahead, Boom.
I was about to say the best things in life are free, but go ahead.
You just might be right, but this show ain't. So we sure could use your donations, everybody. So please help us out and keep the lights on. Send your donations to Cash App, $, from the shore to Be More, or PayPal me / from the shore to be more. We like the stuff that crinkles, but we will also take the stuff that jingles. Your help is greatly needed, right, guys?
Absolutely.
Just a couple more things before we get this thing rolling. Did you guys see what's going on in Minneapolis lately?
Yes,
Yeah.
You know, I didn't.
I'm aware of it. I'm aware of it, and I'm aware of all the beauty and glory around us as well.
Yes, yes. I just wanted to bring it up because there was a case for those who didn't see. There was yet another shooting and killing in Minneapolis of an innocent person. I think we all have strong feelings about what's going on. I just want to say my heart goes out. Our hearts go out to the city of Minneapolis and to the people and to the families who are suffering right now. I'm looking forward to a change. I'm sure we all are out there. Right, guys?
Yeah, hopefully it's coming sometime soon. Like I said, I don't know anything about it. I don't know what happened, but I'm sure I will see. Now that it was mentioned, the algorithms will bring it up in my social media some way, shape, or form.
I'm sure it will. It's been all over social media, everybody. So again, our hearts go out to the people of the city of Minneapolis. They've been through so much, not just lately, but even back just a couple years ago with George Floyd. I mean, it's incredible. The city's been through a lot. So again, our hearts go out to them. And I just want to say, I hope all of you guys are staying warm and safe in this blizzard of a snowstorm that we're having right now all over the East Coast and in a large part of the nation. How's things where you guys are?
Well, in my apartment, it is absolutely lovely. I see snow on my air conditioner and snow on the windowsills facing me. And so that's the kind of nature I have. And I see them through the beauty of my plants in the window. It's all good.
Right.
Don't be out nowhere. You're welcome to come over, but I'm not coming to you. Don't even think of asking you.
Stay home, everybody. How about you, Boom? You good?
Listen, this is what's happening out here. Of course, I'm good. I'm in the house. This is what's happening out here. I'm in the house. I'm not going nowhere. You know, I prepared on Monday. I wasn't fooling around with these folks. Everybody waited till the last minute to go to the markets, shelves empty, all that stuff. Yeah,
same thing for us. The shelves are empty and everything, but here's a picture of what it looks like outside my house right now. And I just took this picture a few minutes ago, and it is still snowing here in Jersey. So again, I hope everybody's staying safe. Stay home. Stay home. There's absolutely no reason to go anywhere today, everybody. Stay safe. Right, guys?
Absolutely.
Well, one of my neighbors threatened me that if she saw me outside, I don't know what she thought she was going to do.
She said it's on.
She wasn't going to see me outside.
Not the don't let me catch you outside. Right, Junior?
I will be knocking on doors. I'm not going out there.
Well, again, I just want to say, everybody, stay safe out there, everybody. It's going to be snowing for a while. Just stay safe. I'm going to bring this up, and then I'm going to bring our guest in. I'm just real quick, because I got money on this. It is Football Sunday, everybody. And I do have money out there. Shout out to everybody who's in my pool. 2 big games today. We got the Patriots in Denver, the Rams, and the Seahawks, everybody. Shout out to all the players. Boom, you want to say something?
No. I don't
You got money on the games?
Of course not. The only team that I would root for obviously would be the Rams, because they're Ram and I'm an Aries and all that. But I could care less about any of them teams that's in this football thing right now. All of them, especially the Patriots. The New England
I got money
Patriots
on it.
Go somewhere with that. I don't even like the fact that they're in there. But
I got money on it, and I didn't go for the Rams. I went for the Seahawks. So,
I'm sorry you're gonna lose your money.
not today, baby. We ain't even going to talk about that because we're going to take too long. And I got to get to our very special guest who's been waiting so patiently in the background. So, allow me, everybody, to bring to the conversation our special guest for today. Author Cyvonne Thomas, ladies and gentlemen. Say hi to the family. Woo, 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 woo.
See?
I like
Okay.
that.
How you
I
guys
like
doing?
that. I like
Good
that.
to be here today. Thanks for letting me in. What's going on, guys?
Thank you for coming on, Cyvonne. I really appreciate it. And like I said to the family, author Cyvonne Thomas, and her book is Unpacked Luggage, ladies and gentlemen. And we're going to have a conversation about what inspired her to write her book and her life and memoirs and everything. Again, our topic today is life is a memoir. So it's going to be a great conversation. I'm looking forward to it. Right, Cyvonne?
Absolutely.
She said, if you say so.
Absolutely. Can't wait.
Well, I also want to take a moment to introduce you to our other co-hosts. Of course, our aunt Deborah, the lovely Deborah Singletary, who's our aunt. We call her Aunt Debbie. You can too, I guess, but she'll have to tell you that. And there's also our other co-host, DJ Boom, in the house.
Making it do what it do each and every Sunday, right along with these two. How you doing today?
And of course, I got to include the From the Shore to Be More family out there. What's up, guys? And we're going to get into that conversation in a minute. Before we get to that, we're going to get to our birthday. So we're going to keep this ball rolling. Hey, happy birthday to all you. Is it still Capricorn season?
No, it is not.
Aquarius.
I knew it all along. Aquarians out there who are celebrating your birthday today, in the past week, or the upcoming week. We want to celebrate your birthdays with you. And as we always do, we want to start with our special guest, Cyvonne. So, Cyvonne, you got somebody you want to shout out?
I do. I don't celebrate zodiac signs, but I do want to give a shout out to my cousin. Her birthday was yesterday. Her name is Cyvonne Thomas. And, I believe she was out having a good time, and I was warning her about the snowstorm, and she said, I'm going to keep that in the hands of the Lord. So she's out celebrating and just praying that she's having a good day and just continuing. So shout out to my cousin Cyvonne Thomas.
All right, shout out. Anybody else special you want to shout out? That's going to do it. All right, or Debbie, you're next. Anybody you want to shout out?
There is someone who I want to shout out. His birthday isn't until February. However, and like Cyvonne, he doesn't recognize or celebrate the signs. But he was my music, I couldn't sleep last night. I woke up to hear that Timothy Riley decided or was released into non-physical. And he was my, I guess you call it music master for Wednesday Sings. It was a gospel, jazz, and R&B group I belonged to. And whenever I would go to class, I had this really distinct feeling of being in love. Greg Kelly also was our music master. And you know, I was there as an administrator, but since I was there, I sang. It just changed my life. It brought so many loving people into my life.
Oh, beautiful.
And Timothy, well done. And happy birthday.
Why do I get this picture of you dressed up like Shug from The Color Purple doing your thing? Why do I get that picture in my head? I don't know, everybody.
Oh my gosh, you know, yeah, I was the inappropriate student. How did you know?
You better stop now. Don't start that stuff. Boom, let's get to you. You got anybody you want to shout out today? Boom, did you freeze?
He's frozen, so let's go to you, Shaheen. Who you got?
All right. Oh, wait a minute. He's back in another. Let me do this real fast because I can't hear you, Boom. I'm gonna have to jump around you.
Shaheem, why don't you go?
Yeah, let me just go. There's only one personal birthday that I need to shout out today, and it's my aunt, and I missed her during the week. I had to hear about it a little bit, so I got to do it right now. Shout out to my aunt Gloria, who had a birthday a couple days ago, everybody. Just when you think people aren't paying attention, they're paying attention. So I got to make sure I do that. So that was my one. I do have some celebs I want to shout out real fast. Boom, are you there? If not, I'm going to jump right into these celebs.
Yeah, y'all had me muted. Y'all didn't want me to talk, so it was all good.
Oh, baby, we always want to hear your voice.
You got some celebs you want to say? Oh, people want to say? Yeah.
So yeah. I got a shout out to my homegirl Tanisha celebrating her birthday today on this snowy day. Shout out to her celebrating her birthday, and of course, I got to shout out one of my favorite cousins in the world, Miss Felicia Robinson, whose birthday was Friday. So shout out to Cuz celebrating her birthday on Friday. I tried to reach out to her, but I couldn't get on the line. And then one of our other cousins, Mr. Clifford Taylor, his birthday is today as well. So shout out to him and all the other Aquariuses making it do what it do. And I got more shout outs next week, and we'll get to them then.
All right. Well, shout out to everybody celebrating their birthday. Hi, on Inez. Thanks for checking out the show. She wanted to say sorry to hear about Timothy, as we all are. I just got a couple celebs to run through real fast, everybody. First, I want to say happy birthday in heaven to Mr. John Witherspoon. Bang, 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 bang. January 27th actually would have been his birthday, ladies and gentlemen. Passed away October 29th. 2019. So I want to say happy birthday to him. Also, my wife wanted me to say happy birthday to Kirk Franklin, everybody. January 26th is his birthday tomorrow, so happy birthday to him. Also, while I'm shouting out birthdays, I want to say happy birthday to this lady here, Miss Jennifer Lewis, everyone. She seems to keep going and going and going. January 25th, today is actually her birthday. One more, we're going to keep the ball rolling, everybody. I just want to shout out this lady here. Happy birthday to the one and only Anita Baker, ladies and gentlemen. That's right. I just love her soulful singing, and so I definitely had to give her a shout out. Shout out, Anita. She's another person that just seems to keep going and going and going. So happy birthday to her and to all you Aquarians out there celebrating your birthday today. Now, like I always say though, if you are having a celebration of any kind, especially with these upcoming holidays like Valentine's Day, there are a way that you can include us and our small businesses to your celebration, and this is how you can do that. Hit it, Junior. Reach DJ Boom and Shush Entertainment at boomsquaddjs.com, 678-334-1745 for your next big event or karaoke night. And to attend the next Silent Fitness event, be sure to reach out to Shush Entertainment, a subsidiary of D3 Lux Entertainment. Before stepping out for the night, look for the latest in women's fashion at terryscloset.com. Step into Terry's Closet and step out in style. terryscloset.com, your closet's new best friend. And reach the Boris Singletary at visioncarriers@aol.com for astrology consultations, art workshops, wedding ceremonies, and rituals. Be sure to reach out to Vision Carriers at AOL.com, 212-234-1329. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. Support your small businesses. Support us, especially Valentine's Day is coming up. You want to definitely, if you're looking for something for that special lady in your life, check out terryscloset.com and make sure you check out our Aunt Debbie for any ceremony that you want to have performed for Valentine's Day, right? There you go.
Consultation.
That's right.
Virtual counseling or art workshops. I'll be doing one in Hawaii in March.
Oh my God, take me with you.
Okay.
Take me with you. So there you go, everybody. Make sure you reach out to us, everybody. While you're doing that, we are going to do this. Let's keep the ball rolling.
I guess right now we should start the show.
Reaction movies. One of my favorite things to do on the show because I need something to watch, everybody, especially with the snow coming down outside. So I'm going to start with the lovely Aunt Debbie, and then I'm going to jump to Cyvonne. Aunt Debbie, what you been watching?
Well, my cousin Thurston has been on me to watch the American Revolution series on PBS. Not anything that you got in school. It is a more honest look and realization, not only of some of the ideals that this country was founded upon, but also some of the lies. But however, on the whole, they were smart enough to take from the Native Americans the concept of democracy. And so, and even though they just did what they could do to wipe the people out and wipe their culture out, that strong ideal of democracy still stands. So let us see. American Revolution, it's about 10 episodes. It's a lot of episodes. I didn't want to watch it because I didn't want to have my temper flare. But information is powerful.
Yes, it is.
That's my pick.
Yes, it is. And the time right now, people need to watch that for sure. For sure. All right, Cyvonne, you got something interesting you've been watching or a book you've been reading?
I have. I don't get to watch a lot of TV. I'm into just watching, just uplifting stuff. I catch a lot of YouTube stuff right now. I've been, watching a lot of Jackie Hill Perry and just, tapping into more of just growth. I don't know, just with my faith and stuff, but I'd like to watch like game shows and things like that, but I haven't bought so I was hoping to catch something. So I don't know what platform does that American Revolution come on? Because when that came up, I was like,
PBS.
Give it a catch.
PBS, okay. But I found it through Prime as well, so you could see it as well through Prime. And Jeopardy is on Hulu if you have Hulu.
I do.
I'm a Jeopardy fan.
I love Jeopardy. I'm a fanatic.
Me too.
I always think I'm the smartest person in the world. That's why.
Questions right in the course of the game, I'm like, how smart am I?
Yeah, right? Right. That's good. That's good on there. I like that. All right, boom. I got to keep it rolling. What do you got for us?
You guys don't like scary movies, so I'm not even going to talk about my scary movies. I'm with a whole crew of people that is on some old other stuff now. So I'm just going to bypass this week, and I'll wait till next week to talk about my shows and my movies.
Okay. All right. That's good enough. I got something for you. I see somebody walking around in your background, though. I hope they're fully dressed. All right. I got one, everybody. And I just saw this. Now, this movie right now has the record for the most Oscar nominations ever, everyone. This movie, I'm hearing the echo, everybody. So please check your sound, everybody. The most nominations ever by Oscar committee. So this movie, everyone, and I'm sure everybody already saw it, is Sinners, everyone. That's right, the most Oscar nominations ever, and it is. Oscars are coming up. I don't know I think it's next Sunday. They are up for Best Picture, Best Director. Shout out to Ryan Coogler, by the way. Best Actor. Shout out to Michael B. Jordan for all the ladies. I'm going to give him a best special shout out. Best Supporting Actress. I want to see if I can say this right. Wanomi Masaku, everyone, and it's a whole host. They are up for, like I said, the record number of Oscar nominations, and I'm hoping for this one because I finally watched it and I actually enjoyed it. What an interesting way to tell a horror story. Did you guys see it?
No, I am one that doesn't like a horror story.
Of course you know I saw it. Of course you know I saw it.
Anything that involves... Sorry.
Go ahead, Boom.
Particularly a monster that involves a man. Like I can deal with Godzilla, or something big and hulky, but Monsters in the Shape of Men is just too close. And but I hear the music is great. I'm interested in the music.
They are for best designers of wardrobe. It's so many of them. So I'm really pulling for this movie. So y'all make sure y'all check out the Oscars and root for Sinners. I truly enjoyed it. And there you go, everybody. That's my pick. All right, like I always say, if I see. Yeah, I see a lot of people joining in a little late. So happy birthday to Queens out there. All right, so if you are an audience member who has a topic that you think our wonderful audience would love, or if you are a business looking to support our wonderful program here, this is how you can get in contact with us. Hit it, Junior. To contact us, you can reach us on our YouTube channel, where you can comment, join the show, and please don't forget to subscribe. You could also watch, like, and comment, join the show on our social media pages. Our Facebook or Instagram is at From the Shore to Be More. Our Twitter or X is at 2_Be More. And our email is fromtheshore@gmail.com. You can also call the show at 732-455-2503. If no one answers, please leave a message and someone from the show will get back to you. And please, tell a friend. That's right. Please tell a friend. Let everybody know that we are here for you guys. All right, it's time for that part of the show you all been waiting patiently for. It's time for us to jump into this topic. I see there are comments coming through. I'm trying to keep up. Junior and I are trying to keep up with everything, everybody. Just real quick.
Oh, you got it. Okay.
Yeah, it's good. So, yeah, on Inez, since she started watching.
How pitiful Inez is.
I think you should watch it. I think you would actually like the way they told the story. She said,
"Let me know, Inez."
Yeah, right. All right.
Still have to beat down.
Yeah. Okay. No, you're good. All right, let's get started in this conversation. Every life a memoir, everyone. I thought that this was going to be a great conversation, everybody. Especially speaking to Cyvonne, because she has such an interesting story. We're going to talk about her book in a minute. I'm going to allow her to elaborate on everything. But I believe that everybody has a memoir, in a sense. Some people think memoirs are for like celebrities or people like that. But what if the most powerful stories are the ones we've been living quietly all along, right?
And let's just clarify the difference between an autobiography and a memoir.
Okay.
So autobiographies tend to tell a bigger picture story. I was born by the river, and then, 100 years later, this is what happened to me. Memoirs are more like a focus into a particular aspect of the person's life. So often people who write memoirs are selecting something that they're focused on. Cyvonne, what about you? What does memoir mean to you? Do you classify your book as a memoir?
And as you were explaining that, I was able to take a takeaway from that because to a certain extent, yes, because my focus is on my transformation to Christ and focusing just on faith, but I think when I was thinking about just memoir, you just think, I don't know. I always think about celebrity when I think about memoir. But you explained it in a great way, and I would probably definitely put my book into that category of memoir because it is just like focusing on faith. It has a lot of layers, but all that center part draws back to faith. So yeah, I agree with you.
Let me ask you. Oh, go ahead, Debbie. I'm sorry.
Do you have a photo of her book cover?
Yeah, I put it up earlier. Let's put that up again because I would definitely want people to see it, and don't forget to support Cyvonne and other inspiring authors that are out there.
Cyvonne, why did you call it unpacked luggage?
Oh wow!
Good question.
Unpacked luggage because it's just me going back into events that have happened to my life, and I'm just unpacking it. I'm just taking all of the situations, everything that I've been through. I'm just unpacking it and I'm leaving it like in the past, those things that I struggled with, things that I've gone through. At some point in time, you can't travel through life with those things. You have to unpack it, leave it, and you move forward. So sometimes in life we tend to like carry things, but so the unpacking is almost like a freedom, that I
Mm.
uh, gave my life to Christ. It's a freedom, so I can I'm unpacking everything, and I'm just giving it to God. Yep.
Can I ask you this question? What inspired you to put your story into written words?
Because I feel like there's so many people um, out in the world today that just don't understand what it's like to um, you know follow Christ. You don't understand where to start. You feel like you're not in a position to even invite Christ into your life. So this book, Unpacked Luggage, it kind of gives you just the gotta meet you where you are. It doesn't matter what circumstances, what situation that you're in. So in this book, it's just giving examples. Hey, this is what I was into. This is what I was going through, and like God can help you in the same situation. So it's just a book to just inspire others. To just don't give up.
Right, right. Let's,
And, one of the things that I identified with when reading your book, Siobhan, and I loved it.
Thank you.
I enjoyed it. It was
yeah,
a
I'll give it a round
journey.
of applause for sure.
And one of the things that I identified with were the parts where, could I call it like a struggle with your belief or a struggle with coming out for Christ? And that is something that I identify with because, we want to think that faith is something that we're handed and then, we just have it. But that there's a velocity to it, there's movements, there's shifts on that path. Where would you say you started? And
Good question.
where would you say you finished in turn, not that you're finished. I would imagine some issues still come up, Siobhan.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
Wow. Okay.
yeah. But where did you start? Or maybe I can ask it this way. When does a life move from being lived to being documented? Like, what is that
Wow.
shift that causes you to say, I'm going to write about this?
Oh man, just obedience. Just like obedience, because the whole thing is, um, I didn't realize that God was painting a picture and showing me things that He was gonna do with me, how He was gonna use me since I was very young. I just couldn't identify. I couldn't identify with it because I was not in alignment with God. So I couldn't see what he had for me. And so I started to have just like encounters. So that book was just obedience, like I'm gonna spread the gospel, because that's one of the things um that's one of the jobs that God gives us, when we become saved, is to go out and share the gospel among the people. And this is just another avenue, just to share the gospel and just share the wealth, um, and how good Jesus is. So that's where it all started.
Can I ask you to maybe if you're comfortable with it to talk a little bit about your own life leading up to it, if you're okay with that. Other than being from it, I have to say this: Cyvonne is from Jersey, ladies and gentlemen. Woo, woo, woo,
Whoop,
big
whoop,
woo.
whoop for
Yeah,
Jersey.
yeah, that's right. Eat that, everybody. Yeah. So, fellow Jerseyan, you mind talking a little bit about your life and life experiences? What?
Well, I grew up and you're probably familiar with Edison, but I grew
Of
up in
course.
Edison, New Jersey, which is Middlesex County. I grew up in a project, low income housing, known as Potter's
Join the club.
Crossing. Yeah, Potter's
Right.
Crossing.
Right.
Very
Boom.
oriented. Just grew up around family, my grandmothers, and my mom, my dad, everybody present. Um, I was introduced to the word Jesus and who God is very at a very young age. My grandmother, 13 children, about 8, 9 of them, maybe
Wow.
all of them,
Big family.
believers. But my grandmother, was a devout believer in Christ. I played sports in high school. From there, I went to college and just living.
What school did you go to?
So at first I went to Centenary College, which is in Hackettstown, New Jersey. And then after there, I wound up graduating from Rutgers University.
Shout out to Rutgers, because that's where my daughter graduated too. Shout out to my daughter Jazz. I know she's watching now. And then she went to law school, by the way. And someone else read your book and thought it was a great book, very insightful. Shout out to
I believe that I want to say that's my cousin Tiffany. I believe so. I think that's her.
Well, thanks for watching, Tiffany.
She's been a great support. So like I was saying, so I graduated in 2003. Went into social work for about 20 years. I still work in the same line of social work, and God just got me out here, just
Okay.
just doing it.
And Cyvonne, in writing your memoir, was there any truth that you struggled to tell,
Ooh,
that
good.
you wanted to leave out but felt compelled to put in? Or maybe
Yes.
you decided not to put it in and leave it on the cutting board?
Good question.
That is a good question.
Yeah, it is.
In this book, I actually have it right here. So
Awesome.
this just sound doctrine. Sometimes we want to narrate with we want to narrate, and we want to give a depiction of what life in Christ should look like. So sometimes it's difficult, not difficult, but you have to tell it how you have to tell it how it is. So, areas of the book, I'm giving scripture, I'm talking about the reality of who Jesus is, that especially when it comes to just like homosexuality, and I know that a certain tolerance has been built, in the land that we live in, but there is sound doctrine about how God feels about homosexuality. So those parts are very difficult because you have people that don't, just quite don't understand that you should love who you want to love and everything. But in the book, I have to really just tell it how it is, and whether someone wants to receive it or not. So that's probably sometimes sometimes could be hard,
I could imagine. Did it help to write about these things? Did it help you at all?
Absolutely, because it was like helped me process it. Like it just helped me process it even more. A lot of this writing came from just journal entries that I had, things that I was feeling on different days. So the book is not just this. It's a book that just takes you through each stage. I talk about in one of the parts of the book where I was baptized. I got christened in front of people, professing, my love for Jesus and my commitment to Jesus, and still having to go through that pruning and what they call that purging, still having to wait for God to like just fully deliver me from something. Yeah.
So, Cyvonne, it sounds like being baptized and growing in Christ changed you. How did writing this memoir change you? What has been the effect on how you feel about yourself and your life?
Oh, that's a great. That's what we have right here. Great question.
Thank you.
It helped me. That really is a good question. It helped me identify who I am, that my purpose, and we
Ooh, I like that.
just talked about this in church just today, that my purpose is that I am a child of God. Because that was some of the questions that I was getting just from close friends and just from people like, okay, you gave your life to Christ. How am I supposed to talk to you? What is your conversation? Do you still laugh? Do you still have fun? Do you do all of these things? But it's like, I have my purpose. I know my identity, I know the
I love
excitement,
that.
assignment. I know why I was placed here on earth, why I
Woo, I love that. I
why am
love
I
that.
here,
I'm sorry. I'm chiming in because I like what you're talking about for sure. Because I feel the same way a lot of the times. You know what I'm saying? Finding your purpose is important. However you do it.
yeah.
I would say, and I know I always hear this, and I know when Debbie preaches it that sometimes writing can be therapy for someone for sure.
Therapeutic.
Therapeutic. Thank you, Aunt Debbie. That's another reason why we got to protect our remind us of our grammar. I want to say this though.
It's not grammar. It's the concept. I was not and would not correct your grammar.
It's all
And
right.
didn't
That's
want you
fine.
corrected mine. But it's therapeutic, meaning
Yeah.
it is healing. I
Yes.
believe to go into one's gut and pull up the stories, and Siobhan, I'm imagining remembering things that you didn't remember at first. Like when you start to write the book,
Yes.
you go, I'm gonna write a book, and then you go, ooh, if I write this book, I may have to talk about this
About
thing.
right.
Um,
Yeah. And do
Revisiting
you
that.
know, and
Yeah.
just real quick, you know that we all have a story, we all have a testimony, and it's gonna
Yes.
look different, but we all have something,
Yes.
to contribute.
Yes. And it's
Every single last one of us that's gonna inspire someone else or encourage someone else. Every
and
one
it,
of us.
it's important for people to recognize that about themselves, and so many people minimize their story and what it can mean to someone else, and yeah, and so it's so important to realize you do have a story, as long as, especially if you have a voice, and writing can give you a voice. But I want to bring Boom in. Thank God. Am I hitting it? Yeah, I'm hitting it. I want to bring Boom in here because I know recently he's been through something traumatic, and he was saying that it inspired him to start reaching out to people. Boom, have you ever thought about writing a book or writing things down?
No, I'm not a writer person. It's not gonna happen. I can jot notes down, but I'm not a writer person. I can stand up and freestyle talk all day.
Okay.
But to write it down and try to pair my thoughts it's not gonna happen. It's easier for me to just speak in front of people or on screen and say what it is at that moment instead of trying to write it
Right.
down. Because I could say something in the moment and 3 hours later try to remember what I said to write it down. It's not going to
Well,
happen.
I feel like Siobhan has something to say about that, but Inez Singletary, who I believe is watching, who journals as a lifestyle, would say that it's not about remembering, but it's about allowing the story to unfold. And the best way to write is to not be in judgment of, oh, I don't know how to write. Because everybody, we think writers are some especially ordained people with good
Mm.
grammar and sentence structure. When one writes, one allows the story to come through them. So that what we call writing is often like channeling.
Oh, I got a
And
question.
I would imagine that Siobhan, when she looked at some things, like I was reading and I was like, excuse me, Miss Siobhan, you can write. But I bet Siobhan reads her book sometimes and goes, oh, I wrote that.
Yes, and you know what? I really like you, Miss Debbie. You have a so much wisdom, because I'm telling you, that's the exact thing I was gonna say. That if and someone actually put this in the comments, if you can talk, you can write. So we all have our own
Man, man,
unique
man.
styles, and who said, "Oh, this is the way you're supposed to do it," and that's the uniqueness in books. There's millions of books, and we have just all unique styles. So you definitely have a book in you. You
Oh,
know,
I got a question.
we all do.
I got a
I got, an
question.
audio, I got an audio book. I
Go
got
ahead.
an audio book in me. I'm not a reader. I'm not going to sit and read a book. I'm just not going to do it. I
But
will listen to it.
Inez just
I'm just
said,
keeping it real.
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
I heard her. I see it, but I know who I am. You know,
Yeah,
and I know
yeah,
what
yeah.
I can and cannot do,
Right.
or what I'm
Right.
willing to do and what I'm willing to not do. But I will listen to a book. You know what I mean? I've done audio books, da 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 da. But to sit and read it, it's not gonna happen. I promise you, it's not gonna happen. Unless it's 3 or 4 pages and I can be done. I'm not gonna sit. I'm just being honest. I'm not gonna.
No,
sit
you're real. You're real. And I got a question anyway. I got a question for Cyvonne and on Debbie. How can someone get started writing this story, even if they feel that this story isn't even interesting? If they feel that, oh, well, no one really wants to hear this, how can someone even get started?
Well, I would like to channel it on that. It's not about
Okay.
what they want to hear. It's not about what they want to hear. It's about the truth that you're telling. It's about the truth that you're telling.
That's interesting. Yeah. Okay.
I don't. So, Cyvonne,
All right.
I was in a major car accident back in October, right?
Uh-huh.
And I've been hearing it all my entire life, my whole existence. And now I want to minister, but not in a gospel churchy way, because I don't want to do that.
We'll get back
I
to that.
want
Go
to
ahead.
be. I do not.
Okay.
You don't even want to cross that bridge with me. No, but I wanna be a public speaker. I wanna because I've lived in every aspect of a certain kind of life. Like you said, from the projects, blah blah blah, large family. My mom had 9 kids. We lived in the projects. I'm from Jersey too. Jersey City, lived in North. We lived in Prince Street projects right in North. So I know that. I know that life. I know this. I know that. I know how we should have been as a group of siblings of having a parent who passed when we were young, and mom raising us by herself, and we should have been statistically, we should have been this, and we're not. So I have a story to tell, and the story that I'm going to tell is not about whether somebody's going to receive the story. It's a story to tell, point blank, period.
Wow,
So-
I like that.
Let me jump in here. Let's just do a practice one. So let's just say, because you said you have the capacity to do 1 or 2 pages. How would that intro start? Like let's go, for example, mine starts off just like this. And that's why someone said, if you can talk, you can write. So this starts off, I'm going somewhere with this. That's how my book starts. I'm going somewhere with this. So how would you even start if you had to just,
I had to just start.
like right now, like would you start from the accident that you had? Like how would your first sentence
Oh,
be?
I see what you're saying. Yeah.
Oh no, it probably, I don't know how it would start. It depends on the moment. It might start out, but y'all check this out. It might start
That's
out.
it. That's it. I'm
There you
just
go.
trying to prove the point.
But I'm not writing that though.
I'll write it for you, baby. I'll write it for you.
I'm not gonna sit there and write it.
Oh,
I
You just
promise you,
started
I'm
the
not gonna
first
sit there and
sentence.
write it.
You just started
But
the
I'm
first
not gonna
sentence.
sit and write it. So what she did say is a lot of people speak what they write. I might record it. I promise you I'm not gonna
Okay.
write. As I don't have the capacity or the patience to sit in that and write like that. It's funny, when I was a kid, I used to write poems to my girl that I wanted to be with, blah 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 blah. I don't have that capacity now, and I know that about me. I know who I am and what I am.
Let me ask you guys this.
can I say an Aunt Debbie thing? I suspicion, which is not good English, by the way. I suspicion that you're saying you don't have the capacity is a denial. And similar to what Cyvonne was saying about getting the call, but not quite knowing how to, like, is it me, Lord? Like, you calling me? Am I bad? So I think you're protecting yourself by
Ghostwriters.
saying you don't have the capacity.
Wow.
When of course you do.
Wow, I like that. Ghostwriters can help, DJ.
No,
Thanks, D.
I
I want to jump in just 1 second, everybody. I just want to take 1 minute from everybody. I know it's a great conversation. I just want to jump in here for 1 minute because there are so many comments coming through, and I just cannot get to everybody. So I want to shout out a couple people real fast. I want to shout out my good friend Bridget for checking out the show. I see you. Thank you very much. I see your comments. Our cousin Joan Jackson. Thank you, cuz. I see your comments. Thank you so much. And Baba Kino also chimed in. He says, once you look inside and find the God within you, you will be able to express the God that is in the world. Thank you, Baba Kino for Anderson for checking out the show. Thank you, everybody, for checking out the show. Now, me myself.
Nisi, Bernice Watson, I see you.
Yes, thank you. But well, we had a great audience today. I want to say this before everybody gets into it. I know everybody's got a lot to say. Me, myself, I write all the time. I don't write books, but I put my story into my songs. Is it kind of the same thing? It got quiet. It's not the same thing?
I think, okay.
Yeah.
I don't get the respect because I'm a songwriter?
No, but I was gonna say there's ministry in every that's just how
okay.
God has it aligned.
You scared me.
It's through your music. You know, how many times do we listen to songs and songs bring us clarity? You know, how many times do we listen to songs that brings us back to a certain memory, or it encourages us? You know, so.
Ooh.
And Cyvonne sent me. I was trying to go to bed. Okay, I'm trying to go to sleep, and I'm finishing this book. It's like 3 a.m. And then she mentions a song. I'm like, I gotta go Google a song. So now I got some new music to listen to. So yes, music is music does tell the story.
I would hope so.
And Boom, when you DJ, you're actually in a way narrating or curating
that is interesting.
Inspiration and information for people. So you are what we call writing, and Inez Singletary says this often, it's really channeling and allowing the truth to be told through you. So Shaheem, if you were to write a memoir, and it doesn't have to be, and when we think of book sounds intimidating, right? But to me it does. But
my story would be a heartbreaker. I'm gonna tell you right now, a lot of pain, but it only made me stronger. Don't feel sorry for me, people. I am who I am today because of the things that I went through. I recognize that, you know. But Lord, life wasn't always easy. But I guess a lot of people could say that, right? Life wasn't always easy, but we go through things for a reason.
Maybe life is never easy. Maybe it's not meant to be easy.
Right.
Maybe it's meant to be allowed and lived through us.
Wow. Wow. You so right about that. You're so right about that.
When we say it's not easy, that sometimes it's the resistance. And I'm talking to myself because there are things that happen in my life that I think just shouldn't be. And so...
Yes,
I get an ugly little look, like saying, denying this is the way it is. How about I say, my favorite prayer is, yes, thank you, I accept, to no matter what happens in me. Yes, thank you, I accept, to the so-called good and the so-called bad. Which, if Cyvonne hadn't lived a part of her life that may have been, questioned, if she hadn't gone through what some might judge the bad, then she wouldn't have gotten to her faith. The men who penned Alcoholic Anonymous, who founded Alcoholic Anonymous, if they hadn't been alcoholics,
wow, I get what you're going.
We wouldn't have had that 12-step program. And so what we want to avoid doing is judging, because judging deadens and it fixes it and it says it is this and it is over. We want to live with more allowing.
Wow, that's so good.
That's beautiful,
That's-
right?
Judgment can knock people off of their purpose, off of their course of their purpose if you judge them. And you even mentioned certain things. I want you all to know, all four of y'all, including Miss Faith Walk and Miss Nisi. I'm not writing a thing. I promise you, I will not pick up a pen and write nothing.
Let's just let that go. He ain't going to write, guys. Let it go.
Hey, listen, I've already set up my own personal podcast called "Here Comes the Boom," and I'm going to drop the boom on my life. So I'm not writing a thing.
Same
So
thing.
when I say write, listen, because when you
All
say
right.
write
We're
and
not,
talk, writing and talking is two different things. I'm not writing a thing. I'm not going to sit and write and say, okay, let's publish this. No, but I'm going to talk about it.
But you
So
know
I'm
what?
going to walk
You
in
know,
and talk, but I'm not
the
going to write
great
it.
thing about this, it could be like 2 or 3 years from now, and you'll be the interview. And that's how God, He works in just like some really ways where you'll be sitting there. I never thought that I'd be writing a book, but one day I was sitting there and God told me to just open up the book and I just start writing,
See, so
And
the thing,
that's-
so I'm gonna stop you there because first of all, you got to believe in that, and that's why I said cross that bridge. We don't want to cross it. I'm never gonna do that because that's not my belief system.
wow.
So I know that it's not, and I know that I promise you, I'm never gonna do it. You'll see.
You
might
don't
hear
know.
audio.
you don't know. Life is a mystery.
Go ahead.
But
They're not going to let it go, Boom.
Quiet.
They're not going to let it go. They're not going to let it go, Boom. They're gonna-
we don't care. We don't care for us. But let me offer you this. Many people say that our biology is autobiography or is a biography. What I think, how I speak, my lived life, my stomach, that if I wasn't 73, somebody might go, is she pregnant? That all of that, our physiology, the life, if I look around my room, we all created this. We are living our memoirs. We are living our autobiographies. And I think what Cyvonne teaches me is to make it conscious. So she decided to pen hers, or I say pen because I'm old school. She decided to write hers, but she is making conscious what was unconscious, because when Cyvonne started that book, well, Cyvonne, you may have to correct me, she didn't know the whole of the book.
Right.
Right?
Right.
Okay.
Right. And that's the thing. That's just the amazing part. Just going back, because I mean, it sounds like, boom. I'm not sure, but even in that, it just seems like maybe you don't have maybe a belief system of Jesus. Maybe I'm really not sure, or you don't believe in a like that. And you know what? Right now, you just at some point in time, I'm not gonna say I never believed in Jesus, but I never even utilized his presence. And you never know what type of encounter that encounter might be today. That encounter with Jesus might just be today while I'm even here called on this line. So just never
What I do
give
is allow people to place the labels the way they want.
Yeah.
You could be that Jesus that you're talking about. I won't acknowledge you as
That's
much,
interesting.
but you could be that Jesus that you're speaking about. I won't acknowledge you as that, though. I would just acknowledge you as Cyvonne.
Absolutely.
Came on the show today and inspired me. That's how I would acknowledge you. You understand what I'm saying? So somebody say tomato, somebody say tomato. Like I tell people, you say God, I don't. You say the devil, I don't. I don't believe in the devil either. So, you know what I mean? So it's like, I don't do that.
I respect that. I just want to jump in here because
I still live a whole life,
I want to jump in here because time's starting to wind down. Unfortunately, we can carry on for a few more minutes, but time is starting to wind down. Because I want to ask Cyvonne this. I want to shout out to Baba Kino again. He says, when you speak, you are writing with words and air, and he also says actually with sound and air. But I want to say this to Cyvonne. Has anyone ever approached you since you wrote the book and said, you know what? This book affected me, whether it was negative, positive, whatever, or it changed me, or whatever. Has anyone ever approached you and about your book?
Yeah, I've gotten a lot of people that approached me. A lot of people that was just going through just a struggle with like homosexuality. How does that intertwine with the church? There's people that also was grieving. You know, I talk about part in the book where I lost my mother, how I got through that grief. There's other people that came forward and said, "Hey, I want to write a book. I just don't know how to start." You know, or I want to learn more about Jesus, but I don't even know where to start.
Right.
And then where I started was, here I am. Here I didn't know anything.
That's it.
Here, this is all I had. Here I am. That's it. And that's all I was trying to say to DJ Boom. But I definitely respect where you are. But I guess I wouldn't think, I would just say thank you, Jesus, if we were 2 years from now. I'm like, you know what? I was at
And I wouldn't stop
but
it.
Or not, or not,
Stop you from doing it.
or not. It's really about living. So I don't feel
That's
that
right.
we're trying to say to Boone he has to write.
Right.
But in my observation and experience, I think Shakespeare says it. Thou doth protest too much. That sometimes such a loud no is the ways that I'll call it the divine calls to us. But I have a question. Living with a memoir means that your public life is exposed. Does this feel to you like liberation or vulnerability or permanent vulnerability?
Good question.
It definitely feel like a mix of both. It also feels like just accountability. Also, it feels like that too. But it is liberation because you get to share. You know, you get to share your experience, things that you've gone through. You know, and to tell your story. You know, my story is going to be different, you know, from the next person's story. So it's definitely just freeing, you know, and it's unpacking, you know, that's why it's titled Unpack Luggage, because I'm unpacking this. This is what I experienced, but I'm not going to allow it to keep me in a certain bondage. You know, I'm not going to it's not going to keep me in that space back there because I'm moving forward. And that's what it's about. You know, we can be unpacking, you know, anything, relationships. Some people get stuck in just these strongholds with relationships, you know, just making poor choices with like just finances and things like that. But when you unpack it, I've been there, back there, and I'm gonna move forward. And that's it.
You know, I want to say this as a last word. I watched a show called Court Camp. I don't know if anybody else is watching it, but they were showing this case. A young man was driving. He ended up hitting somebody. I'm skipping it because I'm gonna go back on purpose. He ended up hitting somebody, killing them. So now they're in court for him, you know, facing the fact that he did this. It was found that he was not drinking. He was not texting, but something momentarily distracted him where this accident happened. Right. So the girlfriend gets up and speaks and says, "I feel like I want him to be sentenced to have to go and speak to children about how one momentary distraction can change your life." She said, because if we can help one person see the difference, you know what I mean? So again, that's another moment where people can say, "Oh, God said, Jesus said," okay, but she spoke. And that's what the judge sentenced him to. He sentenced him to 150 hours. Well, he got, I think, 6, because the mom wanted him to get 3 months in prison just to think about what he had done. So this is the mother of the person that got killed. So both of these people spoke, and that's what the judge did. The judges gave him exactly what they asked for. He gave him 90 days to sit in jail and think about it. He He sentenced him to 250 hours of community service, where 150 of those hours has to be talking to children. You know what I mean? And so I'm sure that's going to alter his life. I know the accident in and of itself altered his life, but I'm sure that's going to alter his life. And now he's going to have an impact on somebody else's life, having to go out and speak on that temporary moment. But he was not drinking and he was not texting. He just got a quick distraction. And I
want to ask this to Cyvonne, then I got to start closing out, guys. Was there ever a point since you wrote this book that you regretted writing it?
No.
Beautiful.
I haven't experienced that. No, it's been all good. Haven't had any regrets.
I'm so happy for you. I haven't had a chance to read the book, but I do intend to. I don't read as much as Aunt Debbie does, but I will catch it for sure. All right, we're gonna have to start closing it out. So that being said, I want to lead to our final thoughts on today's topic. I'm going to start with you, Aunt Debbie, then I'll jump to Cyvonne.
Well, I'd like to offer that consider writing or recording your memoir for yourself. You don't have to publish it and put it in a book form and be all on Amazon,
Wow.
like Cyvonne, but also for your family who may not know the particulars. So I love the idea of leaving records, writings, talks.
Wow.
So your memoir is for you.
All right. Cyvonne, any last words on today's conversation?
I really love. I love the feedback, but remember, like as Debbie said, remember that it's your work. You know, it's your unique testimony, and there's so many avenues to be able to publish this book, whether it be on audio, whether it be like a blog, whether it just you post it on Facebook. I've come across Facebook pages where post the chapters. It doesn't have to be this extreme thing. You share it when you're out public speaking. You were saying that, I believe you were saying you wanted to do public speaking. That's it. That's where you sharing your testimony. It can be as simple as that. But just remember that everybody has a story. So that's what I just wanted to add to this segment.
Well said. Well said. All right, Boone. Any last thoughts?
Well, that was my last thoughts that I put out as far as the court.
All right.
I do want to personally say thank you for Cyvonne for coming on the show.
Yes, that's a big round of applause for Cyvonne. Thank you so
directions.
much.
Because I've already decided that I am going to do these things, like my podcast. I'm already setting up and do the public speaking thing. I appreciate hearing your feedback and your knowledge on that. So thank you.
You're welcome.
Wow. All right. I just want to say this to everybody, everybody said, everybody has a story. I want to say this. Sometimes, writing things down can help you deal with some of the pain of your story. We all go through things in life, and sometimes things are difficult. However you get through it, whether it be writing it in a song, speaking about it like Boom suggested, or writing it in a book, make sure you're dealing with your trauma, everybody out there. Let's try to live more better, more focused lives. How about that? All right, can I leave you with that?
all of it, not just your trauma, all of it. Just dealing with all of it. You know what I mean? Not just the trauma part, all the positives too. You probably have more positives.
I
like that, for sure, for sure. All right, everybody, we got to start closing out today. It's been a great show, but we got to let you go to get to your Sunday so we can get to ours. Remember, you can catch everything that I'm doing at therealshaheem.com. Shop for those Valentine's gifts at Terry's Closet. And don't forget to check out my son on Otaku Everything at Anime Cannibal, everybody. For sure. Go get my new single, She's On To Me, available everywhere. All right, it's time to start writing it out. So we will see you guys next week for another episode of From the Shore to Be More. Goodbye, everybody.
Don't hang up, Cyvonne. Don't hang up.
God bless.
I need to get the info.
Huh?
Don't go anywhere.